Hello and welcome back to episode 10. Episode
Yo,
10
we made it.
of the Best of Rivals podcast. I'm here with my man Jay,
Yes,
as
sir.
usual. Usual suspect. Um, Jay, I'll be honest with you. We this is our first derby that we got to experience together. Um, in terms of being on the podcast, and I think it's kind of self-explanatory in terms of what happened. We're gonna get to that later
Yeah.
on, right? It's kind of same old story for Man U. It's beautiful performance from Man City, but we're gonna get to that a little bit later. Um, some weeks in the Premier League are pretty quiet. I would This was not one of them.
Nah.
Honestly, a lot of storylines, a lot of headlines. Um, Conte coming
And this
in,
was kind of
a
like,
little bit of
prior before, the
yep,
the week before at least. Uh,
yeah, the week before sort of like started
exactly.
it, right? Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, like you said,
Um,
it was kind of crazy. Wasn't a boring week in the Premier League at all. We saw a couple
no.
Giants, you know, top of the table teams lose. Liverpool, for example, got the cap.
Yep.
Hello, baby.
You got a cat? I
Nah,
didn't
I'm
know
at my
that.
girl's crib. Wait, this is the
Oh
special. Hey,
wow!
this is
I
the special
was
edition.
wondering why the setup
The
looked
special
different.
edition.
Oh
I'm at
my
my girl's
goodness,
crib,
Jay's
so
cheesing.
but no, yeah, we
Jay's
saw,
cheesing.
the
He's not.
Giants go down. And then like you said, we had the Derby, which was, I mean, as a United fan,
Beautiful.
I hated it.
It was
Yeah,
beautiful. It was
for you
beautiful.
guys, I watched the game, and from like a objective standpoint, City played a great game. Your wings were just killing us the entire time. We couldn't do anything with it, and we kind of realized that, our back four, or our three, that
Did Ollie realize it? Is the
exactly.
question.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
But yeah,
It's
same
same
old
old
story.
story, but it's hilarious to be honest with you. Something I did want to talk about though, a little bit of controversy this morning with our Arteta and Arsenal.
Yeah,
Uh, Watford's new manager Ranieri. I was like kind of getting into it a little bit. I just saw this video like a couple minutes ago. Um, apparently the goal was like an issue, and Arsenal should have kicked the ball out, and they didn't. And this guy Ranieri is like kind of just oh my god, whatever. However, Arteta, let's be honest, a lot of Arsenal fans last season were like, get this guy out. Arsenal gave
yeah,
him a chance. The board gave him a chance. Um, they had 6 or 7 signings. Nobody liked the signings. They thought, man, 123
yeah.
million pounds, completely
And
wasted.
we
Turns out the
we
signings have
were
done
hard on him
well.
at the beginning of the season as well. We had, our first episode, I believe, was, basically going in on
Yeah,
Arsenal and Arteta.
yeah, because with their loss to
Exactly.
Brentford as at the start, and then they lost three, and they lost the first three, and now they're unbeaten in I don't know
They've been
how many
I think
games
it's
in terms
five.
of.
I think they said they're on a.
Oh, it's
Oh
more than
no, no,
that.
my bad.
It's more
10,
than
10,
that.
10. I think it's 10. They're on a 10-game
Yeah,
unbeaten streak.
including Carabao
Exactly,
Cup as
which
well.
is
Yeah.
impressive. I mean,
So,
stats are stats, and you got to get Arsenal credit. They fought back. They fought
however,
back. They are right there, ahead of United right now.
yeah,
We mocked
which
them.
is
We went
hilarious.
in.
But
We gave them banner, and Arsenal is still like, yo. This is what I respect about that club. Like, they go in and they take the blows, you know, and they got a very storied
yeah,
franchise. One of the greatest managers of all time, and Wenger. You know,
yeah,
produce crazy great, legends, world class players.
yeah,
They got a foundation, and right now they got a tough time. They're going through a tough time, but I feel like they're figuring it out. Seems like
yeah.
they're
It'll
Arteta
be
in. They're
interesting to
Arteta
see.
in. That's
I don't see. That's the thing. I don't think so, and I'll tell you exactly why. 2 years ago, they had
okay.
Emery, right? If I'm not mistaken, Emery went on a 26 game unbeaten run,
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that. Still got the sack. So, as nice as this looks, right? Um, I'll be honest with you, the expectations. There's
yeah.
no expectations
Did
for
you see the
Arsenal right
game
now,
against
like absolutely
Watford?
none.
They had.
No, I didn't see. I just watched a couple
So,
highlights.
bro,
Um,
I watched not the full game, but I saw some pieces of it. Arsenal, to me at least, dude, they look like if they really get everyone to buy in with that system, they're gonna be a scary
yeah,
team.
that
Yeah,
could
they're
be a
gonna be a
problem.
scary team, man.
Yeah,
Just very poised.
I'm glad we. I'm so glad that we played them early on
Yeah,
in the season. You guys have them coming up, I'm pretty sure. Maybe
And
next game or two.
it's gonna be hard.
Next, yeah, it's gonna be difficult. I think maybe in the next 3 games or something like that, you have. I think it's Watford, Chelsea, Arsenal, something like that. So that's gonna be tough for you guys. Yeah, Arteta's sort of. I don't know if he's proven himself yet, but that very interesting, right? I mean, we see how the Premier League, it's such a living, breathing
Yeah,
entity, right? Like again, just a few weeks ago, people are saying get this guy out of the club, right? Just a few years ago, people were like, oh my god, Ollie made this incredible Champions League run, beating PSG, give him a
yeah.
contract, right? And now it's, oh my god, we can't stand him. So like it's just up and down and up and down, and that's just how this sport works. It's how this league works. So we shouldn't be surprised, right? When I was sort of surprised when Aston Villa's manager Dean Smith got fired this morning.
Well, I mean, because
It's like
they've
they're playing good football.
I mean, to give like the I guess due credit, they did underperform this season so far.
See, underperform is weird though, right? Because their performances have been decent, but their results have been terrible. Losing the last 5 games in a row is unacceptable, right? But you also have to ask yourself, like, is the manager change going to solve
Right.
that? Like, I don't know. That's going to be a tough one. So, yeah, it's just another example of the Premier League. The expectation is
Yeah.
there. They spend 100+ million in
Hmm.
the summer. You're expected to
Yeah.
improve. Even if you lost your best player, you're expected to improve. So, really interesting. A team that has improved through these last 2 seasons, and my goodness, are they the real deal? West Ham. Talk to me about West Ham real quick, because obviously they beat you guys in the Carabao. Then they beat us in the Carabao.
Well,
I
I
think
think
they're
it
third at the
starts with the
moment.
manager, and we
Yeah,
had the guy at one point in time, and I think he was a good manager. Again, the cat is wants to be involved, but at the same time, like I told you before, I think we had a conversation offside of the podcast. I was like, well, United, I think Sir Alex has too much influence with the organization. So like when the manager comes in, he doesn't really get like a say so to build his own foundation, own system.
yep,
So I thought Moyes did that when he went to West Ham, and we see what they're doing right now. They're I think third in the table, uh, 23 points,
yep,
quietly producing, quietly. Like I think they had a couple games in the
yeah,
beginning where they struggled. You know,
yeah. They've third at the moment, just behind, tied on points
yeah,
with us. Um, I think the interesting thing with these teams that are have less depth is how are they going to fare later on in the season, right? They're doing well in Europe so far. They're deep into the
yeah.
Carabao Cup, FA Cup coming up next year. They still have these Premier League games they have to play. Is this the type of team where you're just like, okay, they just don't have enough, right? They just don't have an 18-man roster that's good enough to sustain this
Oh well,
success
yeah.
versus a Liverpool or an Arsenal or
Yes,
a
I mean
Man
that's the
U.
only thing about West Ham. Like they overall they're a great team, but they don't have a world class player. You know, um,
That's another good point. I mean, a lot of people would say Declan Rice in England.
do you
In
think
my opinion,
exactly? Yeah,
no,
right. Let's
but
be real. Like Declan Rice is nice. I give him credit.
he's their
Yeah, he's
best
produced.
player probably.
In the last 2 to 3 years. Uh, but I don't think he's
Yeah,
world class. Not yet. Let's give him some more
no,
years.
no, no, no. I don't even think he's close to world class. But I'm just saying, like that. That's kind of how people rate
Yeah, and I
rate
mean
this
United,
guy,
we
right?
won him.
Um,
That was somebody that they were raving about bringing Declan Rice over to
yeah.
United. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you talk about world class. A lot of people at this moment will say Antonio
Yes, yes,
has maybe not world
he's
class,
close.
but
Yeah,
one of the better strikers in the Premier League for sure. However, it's tough with Antonio. Like we might need to see this over a 2 3 year
right.
period to then determine, is this guy on the
Well,
level of like
see
a Mo
that
Salah?
that's always been
Absolutely
my
not.
problem with football, though. We People are quick to proclaim a player as great or world class,
Yeah,
in like 5 or 10 games. That
yeah.
and I
It'll be
hate
like a
that.
5-10 game run, and they're like,
I
yeah, I know.
hate
They're
that,
like, oh
man.
my god, and the
Yeah,
opposite, right? Like 5-10 bad games or decent games, and it's like, oh my god, this guy sucks. He
I
fell off.
I
You
felt
know,
that way about Phil Foden for a large part, bro.
I felt that way. I felt that way about
Okay,
Thiago
okay, okay.
when he came
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Liverpool. This guy's literally number three on everybody's
Hmm.
list, top
Yes.
three on everybody's list. Comes to Liverpool, and apparently now he sucks. It's like what?
Yeah.
Like that's not how it works,
It doesn't make
you
any
know.
sense.
So when you said Foden, like, do you mean like he
So,
was
yeah. So
overhyped, or do
when
you
he
think
first
like
came in, Phil Foden had a string of games where he performed really really well, right?
what is so
Yes.
real quick, just for some context, what is what do you mean by when he came in? Because I remember him playing like 3 years ago, the first time.
So when I mean when he came in, I'm talking about impact. And I think
Okay,
you would probably agree, Phil Foden has had a crazy impact, like world class type impact, the last 2 to 3 years. That's when he kind of like
two
made
years,
his
yeah, yeah,
name known a little bit. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, during that time period, I thought the games that he played pretty well in, it wasn't that many. Like the sample size wasn't that
Mm.
large for people to go off
Yeah,
of.
that's fair.
Now,
Because he wasn't playing like he wasn't playing every
exactly,
game.
that's my point. He was not a it's a difference. Like we've seen Ronaldo, we've seen Messi play game, and game again, and give us 30 goals.
And
They
day in day
exactly.
out, week in
I
week
can't
out. Yeah,
really
yeah.
give a solid analysis of a player when he's come in 2 out of 3 games. And
Agreed.
like yeah. But this season, I can say I'm
So
gonna go
hot.
on a hot take here. Um,
Oh God, he's our
yes,
best
this
player.
season I think he is. Bro, I've been watching City. I've been watching them closely, and KDB's been
Thank you. I
balling.
mean, they're a great
Bernardo Silva's
watch.
been balling. Uh,
Bernardo
yes,
Silva, bro,
hey,
and you know I'm not a big
yeah,
fan. I talk to my mom about this all the time. Because I was telling my mom, like, he runs around like a headless chicken, And by the way, I think it's 3 years ago, he had like an
yeah,
incredible
yep.
season, and then like maybe last season, not
He's kind of
just like
quiet. He's quiet.
whatever. Yeah, and then this season, bro, I'll be honest. Listen, I'm all about. I have no problem changing my opinion, um, based on
Yeah,
what I see, and this guy is
dude.
playing out of his
For
mind
City,
right
it
now.
has been like the season of like resurgence for players who have, I guess, went away. Jesus,
You could say that for Jesus
Laporte,
Laporte as
Silva,
well. He's pretty much got a starting
exactly.
spot back.
It's looking
Um,
good for you guys. I know we were talking about it in the
how,
last episodes. We didn't have that much content for City, and like we're talking
yeah,
about United a lot. So now it feels good. Even as United fans, we can talk about some other stuff because with us it's the
yeah, of
same old,
course.
same old. And
It's the
I
same
think
old.
this is
There's no
a
point
perfect
talking about it
segue
anymore.
into the derby that we just both witnessed this
Yeah,
past weekend. Or yesterday. Was it
it,
yesterday?
it
Yeah,
was Saturday.
yesterday. Yep.
First game of the week. Yep.
2-0. You guys won. I watched the game. You guys looked dominant throughout. We slowed you down a little bit in the second half, but we didn't score any goals. Uh,
I mean, listen, you want to say second half? Phil Foden hit the
yes,
post,
yeah.
and Jesus should have had a penalty 1,000%. The fact that it
So
wasn't a penalty was
this is my problem with
absolutely
that.
ridiculous.
Was there contact, in the box? Yes, 100%. We saw it. Everyone saw it. Did Jesus over exaggerate? I guess the physical play. Yes, he did. So that
I
is the
agree.
EPL's stance on embellishment in a box. If you blatantly show that you had no intent to try to fight the defender, they're not going to give you that call at all.
I was here's listen. I would love if that was the case, right? I would love if that was how football was. We just talked when we watched the Liverpool game together. The fact that Phil Foden, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't go down on the box, and that's why he didn't
Yeah,
get the penalty. It might have been that game or another game, but Phil Foden is known for trying to
he
stay
is.
on his feet.
I
He's
agree.
done it multiple times. At some point, you just have to realize, okay, you have to go down, not because you want to, but because the refs literally will not call it. And what's the point of VAR if they're not going to overturn? In my opinion, a blatant that's a blatant penalty. It's
It's
a blatant, like it's like you said, it's
yeah.
clear contact in the box.
It's a
Penalty.
blatant penalty, but at the same time, like this is the Premier League we're talking about, right? And then we're talking
Yeah.
about Manchester United and Manchester City, and one of the biggest games of the season. They're not they're not making calls like that. I don't think that early in the game, you know. Um,
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I think if it was 0-0 at
yeah.
that point in the game,
Okay.
they would have
So
given it.
yeah, Zach, that's a great point. I give you that.
We're up
Yeah.
2-0. Like it's late in
It
the
was what
game. It's like
1-0, right?
whatever.
You guys were up.
It was
It was
two.
two.
It was 2-0 at
Okay.
that point. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
So yeah, they like
Yeah.
we need United to get back in the game. We have ratings. We have no. Honestly, let's be real. We have a fan base.
They weren't. Listen, man, they weren't getting back in that game. You know what's funny? So you look at their goals, right? You see 2-0. Like when we saw the 5-0
Liverpool defeat. Yeah.
against Liverpool, we saw like Liverpool all really good
Yes.
goals, right? Um, our two goals, however, an own goal, like a complete had nothing to do with
No,
us
no, 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 no,
whatsoever.
no, no, no,
Complete
no,
own
no,
goal.
no, no, no. I can't even believe I'm caping for City right now. But I watched that play breakdown. The first attack, it was a nice cross in, I believe, by Foden.
It, it's
Okay,
by
no, no,
Cancelo.
no. So the goal itself, own goal, was by Cancelo. But the one before that, they came
Okay,
down. I
yeah,
think it
yeah,
was Foden on the wing. He crossed it in.
it's fun. Yep.
De Gea deflected it. Boom. I think who was it? Somebody in our midfield. You know, our midfield was ass, trash, boo boo.
So they sold it.
So
Yeah, yeah.
they turned over the ball. You guys got it back. Cancelo whipped it in again, and then it was an
Yeah.
own goal. That's creating on you guys' part. That's what separates City from a lot of
Hundred
teams.
percent, 100%. But it's one of those things where you're a professional footballer. You you can't be you cannot be shanking that
Yeah,
ball. Like if you're Eric Bailly, that's criminal. You know what I mean? Now, listen, everybody makes mistakes, but and he's the type of player. He'll get a red
yeah,
card, right? He'll make an own goal. Like he's just that type of player, and that's why Ali doesn't trust him. However, I think he's actually
he is.
pretty good. I think he was actually the best out of the back three that game.
Oh, okay,
Um,
yeah, that game, yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree.
yeah,
I
that game
agree.
for sure. Lindelof
Which
was
I'm glad you just brought up that because I saw there were a bunch of people talking. They were kind of questioning Ali's decision to do a back three against City and not a four.
mhm.
Like what do you think? Was a back three the
Well,
most efficient way to?
okay, so it's a back three, but
Yeah,
back five, right? I mean, that's kind of how it all works, right? So with wing backs, left wing back, right wing back. The problem is when the right center back is not communicating with the
yeah,
right wing back, or the left center back is not communicating with the left wing back. Those wingers on our team get in that space, and there's now confusion, and the players don't know who to, okay, who's picking him up now, who's picking him up then. We saw it so many times. It's not like our wingers played incredible. It's not like our fullbacks were playing incredible. We're just essentially exploiting the fact that you guys just had no communication, no understanding of how to play in the shape. Um, and obviously Juan Bissaka is a pretty good one-on-one defender, but he was getting cooked, and the reason he's getting cooked is because positionally he had no idea what was going on. Eric Bailly positionally no idea what
whose
was
fault
going
is
on.
that?
Uh,
Theirs or the manager?
listen, you have so United played
Yeah,
on Tuesday, so they have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to implement a defensive scheme to stop Man
yep,
City, right? I mean, I think that's pretty fair that we can give Ali 3 days minimum. You're telling me you guys didn't work on that in training? You're telling me you guys didn't? I mean, this is football, right? There's not too much innovation going on. Like we've seen the back five before.
yeah,
We've seen the back four. We understand how it works. Like you don't need to be a scientist. You don't need to be a genius to understand how that works and the potential um, vulnerabilities with these different formation changes and your different
yeah,
personnel. So it always comes back to the manager. Like there's no way that Conte can play a back five and it work, and then Ollie play a back five and it don't work. Like that's based on the
yeah.
manager. You know what I mean? More so than anything else.
And I mean,
So
it's funny that
it,
you talk about the manager, um, and I haven't really been uh too big on trying to talk about this guy because we've given him enough attention. I felt like the past 3 to 4 weeks, but Ali,
more than that, yeah.
he's still here. He is still here.
Okay. Quick question. So after the Liverpool game, I said if he didn't get sacked, he's
Yeah.
staying the entire season. What did you think at that point? Did you think that like, okay, this guy might get sacked after the Liverpool game, or did you think he might get sacked even if he doesn't get sacked right after Liverpool? That somewhere in the season he's going to get sacked.
To answer your first question, I didn't think he was going to get sacked. No. Did I want him to?
Okay,
Like,
of
is
course, everyone.
yes, of course. But nah, I was like, nah, United's not going to do that. Like, it's too obvious. And I've realized with United now, they don't go for the obvious.
Yeah,
They do not go for the obvious at all. And
yeah.
then the second part, I do believe he's going to get sacked sometime throughout the season, though. I do think that's still a possibility.
Really?
Yes. It's
Okay.
it's it's kind of like the chances of that has kind of slim now since Conte has just got signed by the Spurs. He's
But there's a lot of
exactly,
options.
but that was a main one. I know we're keying in on. So
Yeah,
to see him leave kind of makes me upset. The board isn't like get off the Ali train. I don't know what it is with clubs. I talked about this before. I have a problem with it. This loyalty to players who play for the club. We just seen
yeah,
Xavi is now the new manager of Barcelona. I wish him
yeah,
the
yeah. I saw
best
that
because
too.
Xavi's a great player. You know,
Well, he's got an
he has a
opportunity
great
now,
opportunity.
right?
This is
Let's see
one
what
of the
happens.
best. Like if you bring back Barcelona from the dead basically because Messi's gone, that'll be a great thing.
Yeah.
But I personally don't think it's going to pan out. And just like I personally don't think that Ali's the man for the job because he played for United back in the day and he won a championship with us. Fuck that.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, former players
They can
can
do
do
it.
it,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's been done before. Pep's an example. Played for Barcelona, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, I mean, we at the end of the day we saw Lampard do a decent job. The difference, however, is Abramovich was not um, as loyal or as considerate or as
Yeah.
naive as the owners of Man U. So he Lampard didn't do anything wrong, but he just saw that there needed to
Yeah.
be improvement. Pretty simple.
I'm.
So
You know what? I'm going all in. I want Zidane, man. I know I talked about it earlier, and you brought it up. You're like, just go ahead, grab him.
I
I
bring
want Zidane. At
I
this
s-
point, we need him, man.
I do.
There's no reason why we should be a worse team than what we were last year. Um, that is just crazy
Well,
to me.
the competition has
But
definitely
our but
risen
but our
from last year.
competition on our team has risen as well.
But yeah, exactly. There's no way, and this is the thing, right? This is why there's no excuse at this point. This is why it's annoying just talking about it. You do not sign three. Some people could argue three world class players. I would say
What
probably two world
Sancho,
class players.
Ronaldo, and then Varane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Varane was a
We
former
could
world
right.
class. I would agree, but I don't think he's world class anymore.
I know. I would say Sancho's not on that level
What?
either. I
Wait,
would
so
say
you had Varane and Ronaldo as world class, and then Sancho not?
yeah.
What?
What?
Nah, bro,
Whoa,
you're
hold on, hold
tweaking.
on,
You're
hold on, hold
tweaking.
on,
You're
hold on,
tweaking.
hold on,
Yes, Jadon
hold on.
Sancho from BVB was world class at that point.
How many good seasons?
I want to say two or three.
I want to say one or two.
So we're both
Yeah.
agreeing. We got to two. Two was
No. Yeah, we're saying one or
right.
two good seasons. So
Yeah,
we'll just say
two.
two good
Two
seasons.
is what I'm thinking.
Didn't play hasn't played really internationally. Not
Yeah.
his fault, by
Wait,
the way, at
Southgate's just
all.
terrible. I just
Um,
saw. I don't. I know we're kind of straying away. We're jumping. But it blew my mind, man.
the team selection for England.
Kind of, sorta. I'm a Greenwood fan. I love Mason. He's been balling too, by the way. I want to get a boy some love.
He's a
Great
great
player.
player.
Southgate just came out and said though, Mason needs to get his club team play figured out, and if he doesn't, then he realizes that there may be no chance in the international play. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking
Yeah,
about, man?
but but
What are you talking about?
but he'll play Harry Kane. But he'll play Harry Kane every game on his
Exactly.
form currently. So
So yeah,
yeah,
to go to
listen.
your point, this isn't Sancho's fault that he isn't getting any, I guess, tick in a international level like that.
Here's what I would say. Here's what I say. We just talked about it 10 minutes ago about how wishy washy football can be, right? there's no way I think anyone will say that Sancho is world class after two good seasons, right? That's a little bit tough, right? Um, does he have the potential? Of course, but we're talking about Varane, an experienced player. I give him until maybe December, end of December. We'll say start of January. If Varane's not playing
Yeah.
up to his level, then I'll say okay, maybe
Okay.
he's dropped, right? Um, Ronaldo's Ronaldo.
Do
Sancho's
you
not on the
do you-
level yet, or at the very least,
do
he
you
hasn't
consider
proven it.
Jude Bellingham world class?
No, listen again. Incredible,
Hmm.
incredible talent. If that's the case, Greenwood, Foden, they're
Well,
all world
Foden's world
class, right?
class.
Out of
Foden's
all
world
of them,
class. He's
out
he's
of
established himself as world class. Out of that pack, he has
see
like him and
it's
Holland,
out of that pack.
Mbappe, those young young crop of players. They are world class players.
I'm still I'm still a little nervous about calling Foden world class. Um, listen, I love the
Yeah.
guy. I really do. I love this guy. I think he's just maybe one more, like let's wait to the
Okay.
end of the
Okay.
season,
Pump the
you know,
brakes a little bit.
because yeah, because the talent's there. Sometimes the
Yeah.
decision making, sometimes he can kind of just look kind of quiet in
Yeah.
games every now and like. Let's just wait. Let's just wait until this guy's got a full seat, another
I,
full
I guess
season, and then
I'm
we'll come
leaning
back.
towards that world class term and title for him simply because like for me he's filling that void that Leroy Sané used to have for you guys. When Leroy Sané was in
Yeah,
the
in a
left
lot of
wing,
ways.
the dude was creating at a level where I was like, this is the best left winger in the league right now. And
But I don't like Foden on the
bro,
left
he was
wing.
balling against United on that left wing.
I know he was doing good, but like it's just not like his strengths are not expressed on
Yeah,
the left wing, which kind of proves like how good he actually is. The fact that he's doing well on the left wing, but this guy, I'm telling you, man, this guy is supposed to be
yeah.
picking up the ball off of Rodri or one of the fullbacks, turning and going forward. Like he's not supposed to be on the wing, isolated, all this
I mean,
crap.
so do you think that
You
was like
know?
a, I guess, tactical decision by Pep?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. There's a
yeah,
reason you listen. You had Grealish and uh, you had Grealish, Sterling, Mahrez all on the bench. There's a reason why he wanted Jesus to occupy
yeah,
that right wing. Occupying both Maguire
hmm,
and Shaw, and then he wanted Foden occupying the left wing, or
yeah.
Basaka and Bailly. So and then you just use Bernardo Silva to be
And
annoying in
that's
the
what he
middle. So
did,
it's like,
man. He was a
yeah,
nuisance.
you don't really need it exactly. So the fact that we have three wingers on the bench who most would consider some of
Yeah,
the best in the league, it kind of just shows like we knew what your weaknesses were. It wasn't about playing the best players because, in my opinion, Grealish wouldn't have done great in that game. It's not he'd have done okay, but like yeah, I would probably go with a Foden in that area
yeah.
in that type
He
of game where you're just trying to run at defenders, right? Um, which makes sense. It overall overall just a very interesting derby. And I didn't really get too excited.
Oh, it
I
wasn't
don't know
like
about you.
the one when it was you, me, and your mom. We went to that one bar
Oh yeah, we
and
went to that one. Yeah, that was
it was
yeah that
fire.
was the
It was
game. That was
fire.
lit.
It
Yeah,
wasn't like that. It was
I
not like
remember.
that at all. And even like the one last year was kind
No,
of somewhat a little hype. I think when Martial had to
the
go
one.
off of Bruno, and then uh, Scott McTominay I think had the screamer because Ederson had
He scored.
he messed.
No way he
Yeah,
scored on
I
us.
swear. Hey, Ederson tweaked, bro.
Dude, that guy is so bad. Yeah. Oh,
No,
Ederson.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
McTominay had the go, but Ederson messed up. Yeah, he tweaked.
I don't remember. Man,
But yeah,
I'm
I
gonna just
agree.
lose
This
my.
this
my
this this one wasn't too exciting. And these can be hit or miss. We do have another one coming up.
well, it was a great watch. Like it was a great watch in terms of like seeing how good Man City are at holding the ball and retaining the ball and getting the ball back when they lose it. It was like all really
It's
good
nothing new
stuff. It's
though.
just not super satisfying in terms of like like here's the real problem. When one team is going for it and the other team isn't, that's what makes it
Yeah.
an issue, right? You guys were never going for it. You guys had one shot on goal, and that
The
was
what
just a
Ronaldo shot,
fluke from Ronaldo, which was an
and
incredible
then
shot, by
Mason
the way.
had the second chance that could have been a goal. I thought if he,
hmm Oh my god, that's a little bit of luck on your side, and it's a
oh my
completely
goodness,
different game.
man.
But yeah, very interesting. So obviously we talked about Ollie. I mean Conte at this point. So I just want to take a quick look at the standings, and I'm not here to rub it in or anything like that. I mean, I could if you want. Um, we're looking at top four. Just outside of that, we're looking at Arsenal, Man U, Brighton, Wolves, who you said was going down. Again, how the Premier League changes, right? Um, absolutely
Yeah.
incredible. Also on 16 points is Spurs, right? And we've seen Spurs kind of go through that transformation of um, top of the league, won the first 3 games to oh my god, lost the next 3 games to just terrible performances to firing the coach, or sorry, the manager.
Can't believe
Now they're
Nuno's
bringing.
gone right now. That's
Listen, man, I told you it wasn't great, but whatever. Don't listen to me.
uh
Okay, so listen. Now Spurs are in ninth. I mean, yeah. Again, it's so early on in the season. Top four, you're looking at Chelsea, City, West Ham, Liverpool. Where does Spurs fit in? Are they potential top four now that they
yes,
have Conte, or is it
yes,
just
he's that good. I think that man can go to any team right now and uh basically bring his system in and they'll perform. We saw
he's
it
not? I don't think
with Inter. Last year he went to Inter and
he,
they balled out. Lukaku was the best player in the league. I don't care what nobody say. Big Rom, that guy.
he's ne- he's never had Eric Dyer. He's never coached Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer is one of the worst players on the planet. You know, I mean, shout out to him. He scored the penalty against
But bro,
Colombia
come on,
in the World Cup.
let's be real. If you
Love
have
it, but
Son, Kane, you know what I'm saying?
dude,
These are
I saw Kane.
big names that produce, and you give a manager, like Conte, these players. I don't think that he's not like, bro. I don't see Spurs going down. I don't see Spurs staying at the same level. I see Spurs getting better. They're gonna compete for a top six,
there we go.
I'm not
There we
saying
go.
top four,
Way
top
too much
six though.
way too much competition in the Premier League for
Yeah,
them to get
yeah.
top four, in my
I
opinion.
wouldn't be surprised if they did get top four. Don't get me wrong, but I do think, bro. I
Really?
think like, come on, there's a lot of season left, and they can shake.
Okay. Quick question, just to come off of that. Do you think Man U are gonna get top four? Is there a chance Man U gets top four?
Man, why you trying to put me on the spot?
No, because you're saying Spurs like there's a chance. So my whole thing is like,
Yes, bro. I mean,
who has a better
ooh,
chance?
great point. Okay,
Ollie stays the entire season.
so we
Conte
have a
stays the
better
entire
chance
season.
simply
Who has
because
a
we are
better chance?
Manchester United. I'm big on obviously like logic,
What does that mean?
like yeah.
There was no
No, listen,
logic in
listen.
that one.
We can go
Yeah.
off like the by the paper. Yes, we have a better team, right, than the
Yeah,
Spurs. So simply off that, we should be having a better chance to have top four, right?
of course.
But when it comes to numbers and who brings ratings, you see what I'm saying? Like I bring both of those into the equation, and we're Manchester United. This is like the L.A. Lakers, you know, the
So it's just supposed to
It's
happen.
bro. No, I mean it's not.
It's
It's supposed to happen, but what looks better for the Premier League for England, bro? Man U,
so you're saying the refs are
bro.
gonna do
Yes, we
the
know this. This
the
is
little
it's rigged to an extent. Yes,
damn
bro.
Jay the conspiracy
Hey,
theorist. Oh my god.
look. Come on, it's a business, man. This is an entertainment
Oh
industry.
man.
They do numbers. We do numbers.
So
Who
we're
do you
saying the
want to
game's
see,
dirty.
Cristiano and United or Harry Kane and the Spurs? You come on, bro. You feel me? Like, let's be
In the
real.
Champions
Let's
League?
be
Yeah.
real.
Okay. Okay. So I'm kind of shocked, to be honest with you. Here's what I want to do, because we've seen we're 11 games in, um, a little bit under a third of the season. Let's look at this. Let's look at this top six, because we talk about top six. We talk about these guys are guaranteed
Yeah.
spots in Europe. Top four, no order: Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Arsenal. I have Arsenal on top four.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? I think Arsenal going to get the top
I
four.
think
I've
you're
watched a lot of
drinking the
Arsenal.
Kool-Aid right now. You
I
are
probably am.
you
I 100%
thirsty, you know
am.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You didn't really eat dinner tonight. So I get it. I get it.
No,
But you tweaking, bro.
I actually am hungry.
You
I'll be
tweaking. You
honest
wanna
with
know
you.
why you tweaking, bro?
Let's end this thing.
Arsenal, they're good. I think they're gonna be top six as well. Um Yeah, yeah.
Oh, top six. I haven't even said my top six. I think Man U is going to be in top six, obviously, and West Ham. I definitely don't see Spurs getting in. Brighton's not going to keep their form. Leicester, will they change it around? Change it around? Probably not.
My top four. Uh, I'm gonna. Yeah, no ranking. I'm not gonna go ranking yet, but top four: City, Liverpool, Chelsea. This is where it gets interesting right here. If I'm being real,
You
listen to
don't
me.
you being okay? If you're being real, got it. West Ham.
I'm going Spurs.
There's over you. You could. Oh
I
my
think they're
god!
I think they're
It's
gonna
official.
gel, man. I think
It's,
they're under the radar
really?
right now. Not too many people are looking at them. Like what United comes just drama and attention.
Oh
And it gets
my
hard.
god, Jay. Jay, you might get your Man U
This is
card
just me being
revoked. I'll
real,
be
bro.
honest
Like
with you.
I'm not sold on. We look terrible right now. Like we look bad, so bad.
Fair
There's no
enough. Listen,
system,
I
and
just
that's perfect because we didn't really get to talk about it. But the legend came out, Paul Scholes, and he had some comments about Ali, and he basically said the man's been here 3 years and hasn't done a thing. There's been no style of play, the same old, same old. Put him on blast.
well, Paul Scholes. I was watching Roy Keane yesterday, and yeah, like all the old players are just kind of like they're not saying
But
it.
there
Scholes is probably the only one who's actually said like, "Yo, this guy is just not it."
isn't
So
that pretty big? Wouldn't you say? Like, doesn't United have to cut ties at this point? If you have one of the greatest midfielders of all time, club
that's it.
and
Yeah,
league,
that's it.
just said this guy is not the man for the job.
Listen, bro. Listen, bro. You guys could lose the next 5 games in a row, 3-0 every single game, and I guarantee you, Paul Scholes is probably the only one out of the entire group of former players who would actually continue saying, "Yo, this guy's to go." Roy Keane has, bro. I watched him. He said he's like not even saying it. He's not like, "Yeah, this guy's got to go." He's not saying it. Gary Neville,
Well, see,
bro.
the thing,
These guys are
so
not saying it. It's so
yeah,
political at
so
this point.
that's what I was getting to. The thing with those guys compared to Paul, they're very political. They have a brand.
Yeah,
Gary Neville is Mr. Sky Sports. Like he is their poster boy. So
yeah,
he's not gonna blatantly say
yeah.
this guy needs to be out or even mention it at all. He's protecting himself, his brand, which I get. It makes sense. But dude has to go. I'm sick at this point. Like I hate looking at his face when they pan to him on the sideline. Little Gollum. Like
Bro.
stop, bro.
Uh,
I'm fed up. I'm fed up.
yeah, I had the game on yesterday, and I asked my girl like, "Yo, does he look like Smeagol?" And she's like, "Yeah."
I'm gonna go to a game,
It's
bro.
so
I'm like, I'm
it's
gonna
so
drop
mean, bro.
like 5K on some seats right there, and I'm gonna get a sign, and it's gonna be a
Oh my
Gollum
god,
fused
I'm
with
gonna
with
get we're gonna.
Ollie, bro. I'm gonna hold that joint up the whole game so he see me, just so he know
Oh,
Ollie out.
dude, we're gonna get canceled. We're gonna get canceled, bro. We're gonna you're gonna get banned from the stadium.
Ah,
You don't even live there. All right, let's try and look to the
yes, sir.
future, Jay. Um, so international break. Um, so no games next week. However, once we come back, Saturday, November 20th, it looks like games start again for
Yep,
Premier League. I'm down to run. I'm down to run down
let's
this
get
list
it.
real quick. So we're looking at Leicester hosting Chelsea. I have not been impressed by Leicester whatsoever. Every game I've watched, just nothing, just not the same. They need to change the manager. Not that the manager's the problem, but they just need they need something new in that team. In my
So you
opinion,
going Chelsea?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm going Chelsea too. And Chelsea, they've been blowing me because like I just feel like they've been smooth selling. Really haven't been challenged so far.
Even without
You know,
Lukaku,
so it's
honestly,
like good for
it's
them.
been
They're doing what
crazy.
they got to do. But yeah, I think they're gonna win this game as well.
Yeah. Villa hosting Brighton. Villa will not have the same manager. for the first time. Will that make a difference?
It's at Villa.
Yep.
I think it'll make slightly a difference. I'm going draw. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they won't lose.
Brighton plays good football, so
Exactly.
they're always going to show up. Burnley hosting Crystal Palace. So glad. Oh my God, I was watching the Burnley Chelsea game. Dude, Chelsea are destroying them. Burnley get one chance and they score two, and they make it 1-1. Dude, I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Crystal Palace,
Yeah,
they beat us.
last week. Yep,
Was it
2-0.
last week?
I mean,
Dude, Crystal
but see,
Palace,
it's funny. We
they're on
talked
one right
about
now.
that. I wasn't surprised because City always has slip ups like that. They'll have games where they lose 3-0 to Watford. And it's like, well, what?
Yep, just some weird games. Like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We had a man sent off.
Yep.
I mean, it was a weird game, but yeah, I mean, I think. See, I don't know. I can't call that one. Burnley, Crystal Palace. I can't call that.
I'm gonna go CP.
I can't call that. I'll be honest. Burnley should have more points than they do right now. I think Burnley's.
Yeah.
I've been watching Burnley a little bit. They're not a terrible side, man. They're really not. It's. I think. I think they're going to find a way to stay up this season. I really do. A team that's not going to stay up. I don't care how much money they got now. Newcastle hosting Brentford. I think Newcastle's going down.
Yeah. I mean,
and I think Brentford's not
yeah.
gonna help with that.
Brentford's been struggling though. We were talking about them.
But that's the thing, bro. Like what does that mean though, right? They were overachieving before, now they're underachieving. So like, what is it? Like, like it's so wishy washy. Like like
Yeah.
they're doing what they're doing. It's their whole goal this season is to stay up.
I'm gonna go Newcastle on that one though. Yeah, I think
Really?
momentum is switching right now. Teams that have been good are doing bad, and vice versa. It's switching.
Yeah.
Hey, yin yang.
I can't. Yeah, for real. I can't bet on Brentford. No way. Norwich hosting Southampton.
Oh my God, bro.
Southampton actually been overachieving.
I mean, I want to say Southampton because Norwich shouldn't win that game, but
Norwich should literally be disqualified.
I hate when we bring them up, bro.
Dude, I hate Norwich. Imagine they beat you guys. Dude, that wouldn't
even be funny.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm a bet on that game. I'm a bet on that game. Whenever it comes up, I'm betting on that. Watford hosting Man U. Man U away. Man U are away.
I mean, we're gonna win that game, but it doesn't mean a thing.
Are you so sure? Are you sure Sissoko's not going to turn up? Dude, are you sure? Was it Joshua King isn't going to turn into Drogba? He had a hat trick the other day, actually.
I mean, it wouldn't
against Everton,
surprise
his old team.
But we should win that game. We should win.
I think I'm saying 2-1 United. I'm saying close game.
I thought you were about to pick. Dude, I was like, nah. I was like, don't do that.
No. I'm not crazy. Wolves, West Ham. Wolves are in great form. West Ham are in great form.
This might be the game of the week. What else do we have?
Maybe. No. There's actually one more game.
Okay.
On that Saturday.
Okay.
That will be game of the week. But I'm going.
All right, I like this one. Here we go.
2-1.
Bet time, baby.
I'm
Throw
going
5 on it. I got West Ham.
Okay, done. I got Wolves. Why
feeling them?
Wolves? I don't know. I kind of am. Liverpool hosting Arsenal. Okay, listen. I'm not betting on Arsenal. There's no way I'm betting on Arsenal for this one.
Wait. I'm
not doing it.
Liverpool just lost, right? Such a good game. Yeah, them boys not losing. They not losing 2 in a row.
They're not losing again.
I was like, Arsenal looking real? Nah, no. Yeah, I got Liverpool winning that game. You said they're hosting as well, right?
Liverpool too.
Yeah.
At Anfield. I mean, yeah.
Hey, this might be Salah hat trick.
Yeah. It might be. No, seriously, it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's gonna be fire. I think Arsenal's gonna turn up. I think they are gonna turn up. But
yeah, I can see a lot of goals. All right, we move to Sunday. 2 games on Sunday. We're hosting Everton.
Ooh.
We all know Everton's one of those teams that's just
Yes.
it's very hard to
Yes.
predict.
Yes.
Ton of injuries right now. I was watching them against Spurs today, and my goodness, they're just a hard watch, bro. They're just like I would hate to be an Everton fan. I really would. If they didn't have that manager, I don't
Rafa.
know. I think they'd be
Yeah.
in a bad spot. I mean, I've obviously got me.
Yeah.
I've got us
I got
winning.
you guys winning too.
Yeah, no problem there. Spurs versus Leeds. Two teams that are
Leeds drew
struggling
this
massively.
weekend. 1-1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they drew to Norwich, I think, right? Dude,
Mm.
oh my god, Leeds are just the worst.
Yeah, they've been a
Leeds
disappointment
are just the worst,
this
bro.
season.
No, sorry. Leeds drew to
Okay.
Leicester. That's what it was. Oh yeah, no. Wait, oh my god. Oh yeah, Norwich beat Brentford
Yeah, I told you,
yesterday.
bro.
Oh my
Brentford been
god, I
struggling.
completely
They've been
forgot.
struggling. But no,
Yeah,
Leeds. That's
that's
a
crazy.
good draw to the Leicester. I mean, they're not too. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good draw to
exciting this
Leicester.
year,
It
but
is.
for them, that's good. I'm gonna go. Who's
You
it?
know what's funny?
Leeds and
Spurs, your favorite team.
oh,
Your new
it's
team. Your new
Conte's
club.
first. Yeah, Spurs.
So wait, Jay. This isn't best of
It's
rivals anymore.
what is it?
You're a Tottenham fan now, right?
London. I'm a London boy.
We gotta get
You
new
know,
names.
from the ends. You know me, boy. Come on.
Jay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right. Stop listening to Drake. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. I'm not betting on that one. No chance. I hate Leeds. I hate Spurs. No chance. I'm literally.
no, I'm
Yeah.
not betting on that one
I'm
either.
making
I would
sure I have
never bet
something.
on those. You know, subpar clubs.
Yeah. I'm literally making sure I have plans for 10:30 on Sunday. 100%. I'm making sure I don't watch that game. All right, Jay. It's been a good
Yes,
one.
sir.
Glad to be back. Um, Big international break. Might do one in between depending on what
Yeah.
happens, but we'll see. Um, Great speaking to you as always, Jay. I know it's been a difficult one. Listen, I do have the flag, by the way. I do have the flag ready to go, due to an incredible result of the weekend. I'm actually just going to put this flag
So
over the camera.
we're gonna keep count. We're gonna keep count. You know, best of rivals. We just started this. This is 1-0 for D-Bev and the Derby. You know, the annual Derby
Yes.
we do every year. We have a couple games.
Jay, I'll be honest. I don't
No,
think
I'm
you
going
want
to
to
keep
keep
count.
count.
You want to know
I'll
why?
be
Because we're
honest.
coming back, bro. This is United. I say this every podcast.
You literally
I
sound like Ollie
manifest
in the
this
press
stuff every
conference.
time, bro, and it's about to happen again. We're coming,
You sound
coming
like
for you guys.
okay, Ollie.
Episode 10.
All right, Ollie.
We did it.